Hi friends, thank you so much for joining me today. I thought I would do a quick flip through of my creative journal, give you some ideas on memory keeping and how I like to do it. Plus, I also have some goodies that I wanted to show you, and I will kind of do that after the flip through of my creative journal. So I thought I have many videos on this channel showing you different ways that I like to junk journal. But this little notebook came from Grabie. I did show you this in an unboxing a little while back, and I will link that video in case you wanted to see it. I really love it because I didn't have to think about making a journal. I just started using this little notebook. It was one of three. And I really enjoyed that easy and quick way to add my memories, my journaling, etc. in this little notebook. So I guess it's like my little journal now. So on the cover, I did add some stickers that came in that same collection that these little notebooks came in, and there were 3 different sizes. I picked like the middle size. And I started this in January of this year, 2025. And so far, I'm up to May. And I love it because I get to add, washi tapes, stickers, things that at that moment I'm loving, and I'm keeping sort of like a little memory of that. Different things to do with the weather, because that's something, that's constantly really changing right now. And it's something that I really like to keep track of. I'm just showing you those little pens there that I absolutely love, and I use them all the time. I'll give you more details on that later. I'm also keeping track of some of my projects, which I do share with you on this channel. And so I thought I would, make sure to keep track of the dates that I posted some of these tutorials so that I can reference back to them if I want to do it again, because I have so many videos. I don't often keep track of what I've made and what I've shared with you. So this is kind of an easier way to do it. And, I can go back I guess to this date and check out those particular videos. I also like to keep track of strange kind of weather days, like if it's way too cold for that season or that month, I should say. For example, right now, we're having a lot of the wildfire alerts. And I am so sorry to all of you that are involved in this or that have been hit by it. I'm in Ontario, Canada, so we've already received some of the warnings about the air quality coming our way because of the wildfires that are just out of control in many of our provinces, including starting in Ontario as well. So, it's one of those things that I like to document. And as I look back, I notice how often it starts during this time, and it's starting earlier and earlier. So anyways, that's something that, I'm sure I'll look back on and kind of have dates and things like that as well. Other things that I keep track of is, some of my favorite little books that I purchased, like sticker books. I don't think I've shown you this. In fact, I even wrote about that. I haven't shown you this one yet. So I'll do another video coming up with some of my favorite supplies, including sticker books and coloring books and that sort of thing. Because if I like something, I think you might as well. And, I want to share that with you. This one is the Edwardian Ladies Coloring Book. So it's the same images from the book, but it's a coloring book. Oh my gosh, I love it. Anyways, if I have the links, I will have them linked below as well for you, so you can check them out. I do like little notes of birthday things, again, weather. This week in particular was a huge week for us. My mother was in the hospital for a week. So what you see here is just my little notes of the dates. But I have like a running journal where I just write. So not my creative journal, it's just, a writing journal. But this is my little creative one where I feel like I need to note the date and maybe put something about that date, almost like a little quick reminder. Some more of my favorite books. I do have a full flip through of this one. This one is a really lovely memory collecting style book. Check it out if you want to. Like I said, the full flip through is on my channel. I will link that below, as well as I think I've linked to where I purchased it. More of my tutorials if you wanted to find some of those on my channel as well. But for me, I keep track of when I, posted those. I've got some more sticker books, which I will be showing you soon. I know for sure I haven't shown you these yet, and I really love using them as well. This one was another tutorial, as I mentioned, that tutorial, or I think watercolor that I was showing you in that one. More tutorial entries. We had sushi with my daughter that particular week, so I kind of like to note that as well. And it really has helped me look back on, what I've been doing for these past months, but also just like a quick little visual of what some of the highlights were. Just going to glue this down. I also like to use up either stickers or any kind of thing that comes in purchases that I make. This page was about my 41,000 celebration that I had with YouTube. 41,000 subscribers, I should say. And I love that little quote, so I had to put that about crafting supplies. Other ideas, we did an IKEA trip, and that kind of inspired something that I wanted to do around the house as well. So things like that are easy for me to look at because I'm so visual, but also a little note about what is what is going on there. And of course, random things like stickers from my produce and that type of stuff. Here I used something that I used my whale tab paper punch. And when I looked at that, of course, I didn't want to get rid of it because the negative space was kind of nice. So I decided to use the shapes of it, which I don't know now if you can see, it looks like little faces. I decided to use the shape of the cutout and kind of add some stickers in there and just make it like a little moment on my page of what inspired me at that moment, and also that I got to repurpose and reuse something that, many people would probably just put in the recycle bin. I love to repurpose as much as I can. And of course, I've got all these different little packs of things that I've created with and that I keep, scrap pieces that I might use later because it decorates pages, as you can see. Now, this was Mother's Day this year. It was such a lovely day. My daughter and my husband, we went to Toronto to do a little bit of shopping. Well, my daughter and I did a little bit of stationery shopping on Mother's Day. She made me this card and I just took a little snapshot of it. The message in it is just lovely. So, of course, little memories. And then I just kept track of things that we purchased. I didn't want to buy too much, but I wanted to have like a little memory of the day. So as I said, I just print my photos on regular photocopy paper because I know they're not my real photos. They're just like a memory of the moment that I quickly want to put down, and I don't want to wait to print out a photo, etc. I got some little paper and ribbon scrap packs, which I actually am going to do a little, not an unboxing, but like a show and share very soon of some of the goodies that I got on Mother's Day because, it's like these little memories that I'm going to keep and the pieces that inspired me at that moment. And then I also wanted to keep track of prices because that's huge right now, right? Prices are changing with everything. And so here I wanted to keep a little note of these little notes that I saw. They look like the shapes are like setting cards or place setting cards. That kind of was the shape, and you can see the prices like $24.95 for a set of little note cards and $32 for a bag of scraps, paper scraps. There's also some magnets that I wanted to kind of remember, and little mini vintage objects, that sort of thing. I kept the business cards and the little sticker that I got with purchase. And then the receipts, I wanted to keep note of those because, again, things are, such a price right now. I don't know how they'll be in 5 years. And so I wanted to keep track of some of the items that I bought and how much they cost. But also, that's something you could also journal about is expenses and how expensive things are today, because I'm sure in 5 years, 10 years from now, they're going to be a little different, right? So it's kind of nice to keep track of how much things were costing and how much things might cost in the future as well. And also, I think a good memory for, our kids, if they're looking back on these things one day when I'm no longer here, they kind of see the things that inspired me and the things that I wanted to keep track of. Besides, of course, my actual journals. Like I said, these are like the creative ones. This was a little notepad that I got, so I used one of the little notes to make a pocket, which I think is super cute. And the actual designer itself inspired so many ideas just from that little notepad alone. So that's the kind of things that I love to keep track of, the things I journal about. And hopefully you'll get some inspiration if you're stuck about what to journal or what to put in a journal. Really just look at what's going on in your day to day and use that as your material to journal about. So I'll be back soon showing you how I finish this. I'm up to May now, so I will continue to update you on the rest if you want to see more. And I hope that this gave you some inspiration. So now I just want to show you some goodies that I got from Grabie. And after I show you the goodies, I'm also going to show you one of the products that I really love. So I received this lovely package from Grabie. This is their Let Your Feelings Flow Art Club box. Now it has many different goodies for those of us that enjoy creating and using markers and watercolors and that sort of thing. And it also includes a little workbook that I think is just such a fabulous idea. So I'm going to show you the goodies that came in this this kit. I do have other unboxings for Grabie for their scrapbook boxes as well, if you wanted to check them out. This one has a little eraser here, a nice pen that I'm sure I'll enjoy using. And yeah, check out the links in the video description as well as the discount code that I have for you if you're interested in any of their products. They do sell subscription boxes, but they also have separate items that you can purchase in their shop: stickers, notebooks, pens, pencils, markers, that sort of thing. And if you use the discount code, then of course it will be a greater deal for you. So this kit includes a small little travel size watercolor set. I think I recently showed you one of the unboxings that also had some watercolors in them, and I did show you like a beginner ideas on what I like to do with watercolors. This one here is like the essential colors that they sent. And so of course, every time I've received one of their boxes, I have shared an unboxing with you. So I will put those videos playlist in the description box below. This is a set of pencils that has little quotes on each pencil, which is super cute. It comes with its own little travel pouch, and you can see here the different little sayings that it has on the, I guess, inspirational sayings on the pencils. The pouch itself also has a pencil sharpener, and I think it's just a nice little pack here that you can use if you're traveling. You already have your pencils, your eraser, and your sharpener that you can use. This set also includes 18 oil pastels. Now, I haven't used these in my projects before. If you use oil pastels in your journals or your projects, let me know how you enjoy using them. I'm definitely going to be taking up some lessons to see how I can best use up oil pastels, because it's something that I've always wanted to try, and now I have a little set to do that. This kit also includes some watercolor pens, and these are the refill ones that you can put the water in the little compartment there, and then they're travel size. What I like about the set is that it has different tips, so you go from like a smaller tip to a larger tip, and that also helps when you're using watercolors to get a different definition of lines, etc. I'm really enjoying using watercolors, you guys, so these little pens here are going to be a great addition to my travel size ones as well. All right, this one, I was super excited about these acrylic markers. I can't wait to show you the markers themselves, because they do need to be primed in order to be able to be used. But I didn't have this entire, of course, color combination, because this is particularly an item that Grabie makes, which is really nice. And it also has this drawing pad that comes with it for, I guess, the markers themselves, and the swatch sheets in black and white. I think is such a great idea. because this is the best way, I think, to keep track of not only the colors, but how they look on black and white. And look at this little notepad. It includes the different colors of the paper. It is really thick paper, and I guess it's like marker paper or acrylic paper, and you can use these in just about anything. So I will show you these after I finish the rest of the goodies that came in the kit here. I'll show you these at the end of the video. This kit also includes a really nice accordion file folder, which comes in this nice little package, which I will certainly reuse. So you've got an elastic closure for it. It's got a nice thick hard cover, and you can see all the different sections that it includes with the different colors of the file folders there. So I think this is such a great addition to keep track of, you know, maybe loose papers that you've worked on that you wanted to remind yourself of where they are. I think that's like a perfect little addition to this. Now, this is that little workbook that I mentioned. It's all about emotions and kind of focusing on that. Grabie has a really great art therapy style kits. They really focus also on helping organizations with donations, I believe. And so I think that's just such a great thing for a company to do, not only to create a product, but also to help, you know, the community with funds and that sort of thing. So anyways, you can read more about what they do and, you know, their about section on their site. But I think this is such a great little workbook with all the different little things that you can color in or doodle. You know, a lot of these pages have a lot of prompts that are great to kind of get your creative juices flowing. And I think it's really nice paper as well. So I can't wait to either use the book itself or use some of the inspiration from the book in my own creative journals. Even like just really any of these pages would be so great to take inspiration from if you didn't want to use the entire workbook. But of course, it's right here for you. This is all about their story, about their art products. So I think it's just such a great thing to know a little bit more about. So anyways, that was it for the unboxing. I'm going to show you some of the markers right now that I mentioned before. Okay, so I wanted to show you some of the swatch sheets from the acrylic markers. I am in shock as to how good they are and how, I mean, look how nicely they look on black and on the white sheets, you guys. Like, truly, truly love these. So far, some of my favorite items are their note-taking pens. They're dual tipped, and you can find these in their shop. You don't need to have a subscription box for that. But these ones, oh my goodness. Okay, so let me just show you with one of the pens how to get the ink flowing, because they are, I'm just shaking it right now. They are, I don't know what the word is of these, but actually before I start it, let me just tell you, I don't want to confuse myself here. They are extra fine tip, quick drying, water-based, UV resistant, blendable, and acid free. So, and you can use these for so many different surfaces, like glass, ceramic, porcelain, wood, rubber, metal, fabric, stone, paper, and more. So this is how you release the ink. You can see it filling in the pen. I just put the pen down and squished the tip, and then here's the ink, you guys. It's just beautiful, and I love the tip. I love that you can use this in so many surfaces. I'm a lefty, if you hadn't noticed, so it'll be off a little bit here. And then look how it just, I hope you can see just how beautiful it comes out. I hope I don't mess it up, but you know, this is my swatch sheet. It doesn't matter. So I'm definitely going to be using these so much. I haven't actually checked if they have many other colors of them, but I love it. So this one was the salmon, and I'm just, oh my gosh, I'm just having so much fun, even with just a swatching. Now this one, I guess I could have filled it in a little bit more. This one is carmine, is that what it says? I think that's what it says. Anyways, so you'll see the difference in the color, and see how it starts to seep into the tip. If you push it down, the color releases onto the tip itself, and then now you have started your marker. No, I love swatching, so relaxing, and I'm getting so many ideas for what I will do with these. But anyways, you guys, I will have everything linked in the video description. Remember to use the discount code if you are interested. You can shop their site. You don't necessarily need to get a subscription box if you don't want to. You can just buy the items on their own if there's anything you like. And if you have any questions, let me know. And yeah, I hope you check out the other unboxings that I have for them, because I do have many of their products as well. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this quick video. I'll be back very soon showing you some of the goodies that I purchased on Mother's Day at the stationery shops in Toronto. Just some goodies, I didn't get that much. I also have some more tutorials and craft with me videos. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for stopping by.